General Hospital spoilers for Friday, February 28th, reveal that Olivia is coming up with a new plan for Carly, a strategy that could completely change the dynamic between them and Drew. But this isn't just an ordinary plan, this is a bold move, a change that could bring Carly back to her strength while simultaneously stripping Drew of his power. Olivia is not the type of person to sit idly by when there's an opportunity to take control, and this time, she's ready to ally with Carly to deliver the strongest blow possible. However, Olivia's idea isn't just about power struggles, it opens the door to a whole new set of complications. Any change comes with risks, and if they fail, Drew could solidify his position stronger than ever. Carly knows she can't rely on emotional decisions, she needs a sharp strategy, a calculated approach, or everything could backfire and become a disaster. What makes this situation even more dangerous is that Carly and Olivia are prepared to face Drew directly. This is no longer just gossip or backstage discussions, they are gearing up for a real battle, where one wrong move could cost them everything. Drew may not be as ruthless as Sidwell or Selena Wu, but he is a smart strategist and willing to protect his interests at any cost. But Carly isn't the type to back down when faced with difficulty. She's been through harder battles, and this time, with Olivia by her side, she has a reliable ally. Olivia is not only a visionary but knows how to create changes that work in her favor. If they collaborate correctly, they could regain control, push Drew out of the power position he holds, and set things back on track in a way they want. However, the biggest concern is that Drew will certainly not sit still. He may have anticipated Carly and Olivia's counterattack, and if he's prepared a defensive strategy, Carly and Olivia could be stepping into a harder fight than they imagined. One thing is certain. Things are becoming more complicated, and as Carly and Olivia enter this battle, they must be ready to face unforeseen consequences. Port Charles is about to witness a new power storm, and no one can predict who will ultimately come out on top. Nina is trying to make amends with Sasha, but it's not as simple as she hoped. What happened between them can't just be erased with an apology, and while Sasha may understand Nina's reasons, she's still caught in the pain she's endured over time. But what makes things more complicated isn't just the relationship between Nina and Sasha. Willow is inadvertently pulling Sasha into a new storm of trouble, a series of events that could have unpredictable consequences. Even though Sasha has tried to stay away from drama, she's still being caught in the ongoing confrontation between Nina and Willow. Willow has never truly forgiven Nina, and she doesn't believe Nina can completely change after everything that's happened. But the problem isn't just with Willow, she's putting Sasha in a difficult position, forcing her to choose a side, even though Sasha doesn't want to do that. She's lost so much and fought so hard to keep her peace, but now, once again, she's being dragged into a conflict she can't control. Nina is trying to repair her relationship with Sasha, but Willow just can't accept that. Willow believes Nina is manipulating Sasha's emotions, making her make bad decisions. Sasha, who's been through so much pain, is trying to stand firm between these two women with such a turbulent history, but she can feel the pressure growing more intense. Should she forgive Nina, despite everything that's happened? Should she listen to Willow and distance herself to protect herself? The old wounds haven't healed, and now, a new series of troubles is exploding. Willow, with good intentions, is pushing Sasha to her limit. She wants to protect Sasha, but at the same time, she's making her feel suffocated. Sasha doesn't want to be forced into a situation where she has to choose between Nina and Willow, but clearly, both of them are making it impossible for her to stay out of it. Nina may want to right her wrongs, but has she truly changed? Willow may think she's protecting Sasha, but is she controlling Sasha's life too much? And Sasha, who has already endured so much loss, will she be strong enough to stand firm against the pressure coming at her from all sides? These questions will soon have answers, but one thing is for sure, a new shock is about to happen, and when it erupts, Port Charles will never be the same. Sasha may think she's escaped her past, but the past always finds a way to come back, and this time, it's bringing a whole new set of troubles she can't avoid. Isaiah has some questions for Jordan, but this isn't just an ordinary conversation between a witness and an investigator. The recent deaths are no coincidence, and Isaiah knows that. He has seen too many strange signs, events that seem oddly interconnected, and he is beginning to realize that everything points to one name, Jen Sidwell. But what makes the situation even more serious is that Jordan has had doubts for a long time as well. She knows something is off, but she hasn't had enough evidence to confirm that Sidwell is truly behind all these crimes. When Isaiah asks his questions, Jordan feels the tension hanging in the air. This isn't an ordinary investigation, it's a turning point that could change the entire course of the case. She has been watching Sidwell for a long time, gathering fragmented pieces of information, but until now, nothing has been solid enough to charge him. But now, with what Isaiah has brought to the table, she can no longer ignore it. Sidwell is no ordinary criminal. He is powerful, well-connected, and capable of manipulating everything to make himself appear innocent. But Jordan knows better than anyone that people like Sidwell never leave traces. They make others dirty their hands for them. If he is indeed behind these deaths, it means he has built a strong enough network to hide all signs linking him to the crimes. But the scariest part is that Sidwell seems to always be one step ahead. Every time Jordan thinks she may have found something, the evidence disappears, or witnesses suddenly change their testimonies. There is an invisible hand controlling everything, and if Jordan doesn't act quickly, she may lose the opportunity to uncover the truth forever. Isaiah has realized this for a long time, but he needs Jordan to prove that his instincts are right. These murders aren't random, and Sidwell is not just a powerful businessman, he may be a serial killer lurking in the shadows. As Jordan listens to the details Isaiah provides, one of the craziest events begins to unfold. The seemingly unrelated pieces suddenly fit together perfectly, and Jordan realizes she cannot delay any longer. But the biggest question is, what can she do next? Sidwell is not someone who can be easily brought down. He has ties to underground forces in Port Charles, people who can silence anyone who dares ask the wrong questions. If Jordan pursues this case, she might be putting herself in danger. But if she lets it go, how many more people will have to die before the truth comes to light? Isaiah isn't just asking questions, he's pushing Jordan into a new turning point, a decision that, if she makes it, could leave her with no way back. She must choose between following protocol and waiting for clearer evidence or acting on her own to expose Sidwell before it's too late. But either way, an explosion is about to happen, and when it does, Port Charles will never be the same. Sidwell might think he's still in control, but Jordan is closer to the truth than ever before. She might not have enough evidence to charge him immediately, but she has Isaiah, a key witness, and a suspicion strong enough to be impossible to ignore. The question is, does Sidwell know Jordan is watching him? And if he does, what will he do to stop her? This story is no longer just an investigation, it's turning into a real battle between justice and the underground powers. Jordan can no longer wait. She must act now, but she also knows that if she makes one wrong move, the consequences will be severe. If she's not careful, she could become the next target. But if she succeeds, she could bring down one of the most dangerous people Port Charles has ever known. One thing is certain, the storm has begun to form, and when it explodes, no one will be able to escape the consequences. Molly has a frank conversation with Cody, but from the very first moments, both of them feel that this isn't just an ordinary exchange. This conversation isn't merely a random moment, it's a turning point, a change that could take them to a place neither of them ever imagined. Molly isn't the type to be easily swept up in uncertain things, but when faced with Cody, all the rules she has set for herself seem to start being tested. Something is building between them, an undeniable attraction. Molly can't understand why she's drawn to Cody, a man completely different from the type she's always pursued. But what scares her more is that she can't seem to extinguish the curiosity and emotions building inside her. The sparks flying between them are no longer something she can ignore, and Molly realizes she's stepping into territory she's never explored before. Cody feels it too. He never thought Molly, a serious, determined, and responsible woman, could have another side like this. She's unlike anyone he's met before, and it's that very thing that draws Cody in. But he also knows that if he goes too far, he might not be able to turn back. Because Molly isn't the type to easily accept spontaneous changes. If she accepts something new, it will mean something significant to her. But things aren't just about undeniable emotions. There's real trouble brewing. Molly has always lived by principles, always had a plan for her life, but now, she's standing in front of something she can't control. If she continues down this path, she'll have to face consequences she never expected. She has a stable life, relationships she needs to protect, and more importantly, she never imagined she'd be pulled into such a risky situation. Cody, though seemingly carefree, can feel the tension rising. Molly isn't easily swayed, but once she feels something, she won't be able to ignore it. The question is Molly truly ready to step out of her comfort zone to explore something completely different? And if she does, will she be able to face the consequences of it? Everything is escalating in a way that no one could have predicted. Molly and Cody are entering new territory, where emotions are leading them farther than anything they'd expected. They know that if they continue down this path, everything could change forever. One of the new adjustments is truly rising, and as Molly and Cody continue to move forward, they may be stepping into a journey from which neither of them can turn back. This emotional storm has begun, and when it explodes, Port Charles will never be the same. Will Molly dare to embrace what lies ahead, or will she try to extinguish her feelings to protect everything she's built? And Cody, can he prove that the connection between them is more than just fleeting, that it's really something worth fighting for? One thing is certain, this story can't end simply. Ava and Christina have a heated argument, and this isn't just a small disagreement, it's a real confrontation, where neither of them is willing to back down. A new trouble is rising, and it's not only affecting their relationship but also directly involving Avery's future, something Ava and Christina have completely different views on. Ava has always been the protector of Avery at all costs, but Christina, with her strong beliefs and firm spirit, believes she also has a say in how her sister is raised. But the problem is Christina is starting to take actions that are getting out of control, and Ava can't ignore it. Christina may have good intentions, but the way she expresses her views is becoming increasingly forceful, even imposing, making Ava question, is Christina going too far? This story isn't just about Avery's custody, it reflects the underlying tensions between Ava and Christina, a relationship always tested by differences in personality and worldview. Ava, with her practical nature and ability to control everything in her life, doesn't like anyone interfering in her approach to motherhood. But Christina, who is always full of passion and strong beliefs, won't accept being shut out of important decisions regarding Avery. The change in Avery's future is making everything more complicated than ever before. Christina may want the best for her sister, but Ava knows that things aren't as simple as Christina thinks. As someone who's been through too much turmoil, Ava understands that one wrong decision could change Avery's entire life, and she can't let emotions override logic in this matter. However, the concern is that Christina has no intention of stopping. She's acting on emotion, and her intensity is leading to uncontrollable actions. Ava may try to calm the situation, but Christina doesn't want to be seen as an outsider. She feels she has the right to protect Avery, but is she going too far and pushing everything to a dangerous point? Things are escalating faster than anyone could have anticipated, and if Ava and Christina can't find a way to resolve this, it could cause an irreparable rift. Will Ava set firm boundaries and hold her ground, or will she try to compromise with Christina to avoid a battle that could affect Avery? One thing is for sure. Port Charles is about to witness a dramatic showdown between two strong women, and when this storm explodes, no one will be able to stay out of it.